What's up guys, it's your favorite Kiwi coach. Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're bringing back the side-by-side comparisons of professional golf swings. So without further ado, let's go do this thing. So welcome back to the channel guys. If you guys are new to Kiwi Golf Japan, we do a bunch of videos like this every single week. So what you gotta go do is hit that little red subscribe button, smash the like button, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about these two players' golf swings. And as always, hit that little bell notification. You guys are gonna get notified every single time we drop a video. Alright, so in this professional side-by-side comparison, we're taking a look at Bryson DeChambeau versus Matthew Wolff. We're going to be taking a look at their golf swings, but really the main point of this video is, currently, obviously, Bryson DeChambeau is the longer out of the two. However, who has the potential to hit the ball the furthest? Potential, not what's necessarily happening currently right now. That's really going to be kind of the discussion on this video. So before we kind of take a look at their golf swings and kind of get into the nitty-gritty details, let's just go over quick numbers that we actually do know. So we know that Bryson DeChambeau currently is pretty much averaging really close to a 200 mile per hour ball speed, as well as maybe club speeds on the tour are roughly maybe 135 to 138. I haven't been keeping too close a track on it, so I could be a little bit off on those numbers, but I would say that's probably close to what he's getting. He might be even averaging a little below that, closer to the 132, 131 range. Again, I haven't been watching the tour, so I really don't know, but I know that on his live streams, as well as a lot of the numbers I've seen online, he can definitely top out at a club speed close to the 140 range, as well as ball speeds, he's broken the 200 barriers. So he's obviously currently right now probably the fastest on the PGA Tour in terms of he can actually do that, right? Now, Matthew Wolff, on the other hand, you're seeing club head speeds closer to kind of the 130 range, right? So high 120s, low 130s. And then we're seeing ball speeds closer to about kind of like the low 190s to mid 190s, somewhere right around that range. Now, obviously, both these players hit it tremendously long, but definitely right now, Bryson has the upper hand. And we're going to go into this video and look at their golf swings and kind of think about what are some of the reasons why that we can actually see. So let's go hop in. So if we go take a look at Bryson DeChambeau's swing, really the noticeable difference, besides obviously Wolff's takeaway, but the noticeable difference in terms of distance that I see that could be allowing Bryson to hit the golf ball much further is really kind of this top of swing position. So if you take a look at the two swings here, you can see that Bryson obviously has a much longer top of swing position as opposed to a Wolff, right? So Wolff doesn't really have necessarily a lot of radial deviation, as well as I don't feel like his swing is just overall as long as DeChambeau. Now, that being the case, I think that Bryson DeChambeau has a lot more time to generate club head speed as opposed to a Wolff, right? So if you have a longer swing, more time to generate speed. Doesn't mean you're gonna generate more speed. You still have to do good mechanics and you still have to use the ground effectively and all that good stuff. However, it does give you the potential to hit the golf ball much further. Now, I know a lot of people out there who are probably critics of this video are gonna say that it's Bryson DeChambeau's really strength, all the time he put in the gym, that's allowing him to swing much faster. However, I think, yes, that's the case. DeChambeau, compared to his old swing, is going to be able to swing much faster because of the work that he put in the gym. However, compared to like a Matthew Wolff, I don't think he's swinging faster because he's bigger and that he's faster. I personally think it's length of swing, and I honestly think because Matthew Wolff, with this short of a swing, is already averaging close to like low 190s, mid 190s ball speed, club speeds close to like the 130 range. I honestly think if Wolff got the same length of swing as DeChambeau, I think Wolff could probably, if he had good mechanics, obviously, and used the ground kind of a similar way, if better, than he is now, I think he could compete with DeChambeau and maybe even hit it further than DeChambeau. That's kind of my argument in this video. So, based off of kind of that, what are maybe some other ideas on how these two players are getting speed, right? So, probably the biggest way that you're going to see is really kind of how they're leveraging the ground, as well as kind of just their launch conditions, which is going to be another important thing. So in terms of how they're using the ground, again, I don't really know. I have an idea of what Wolff does with his swing catalyst numbers. I don't really have an idea of what DeChambeau does. I couldn't really find a good article on kind of his swing catalyst numbers, so I'm not going to go too in-depth with this part of the video, but I would say that I think Wolff is probably a little bit more using a little more torque force than I would say a DeChambeau. And I also say that maybe DeChambeau might using a little bit more vertical force and a little bit more linear force than, say, a Wolff. And that from there is really where I'm going to end off the discussion on the ground usage, because again, I don't really know the numbers of DeChambeau that well. Also, Wolff, I only have one kind of video that talks about his swing catalyst numbers, and it was pretty long ago, so they might have changed. I don't really know. I'm going to leave it off on that. However, the last part of the video, which I also think might be a big reason why DeChambeau is hitting it much further, is going to be kind of the launch dynamics. And really what I'm talking about is going to be angle attack versus dynamic loft, and then ultimately how that leads into launch angle. Personally, in my opinion, I think that DeChambeau probably is hitting up on the golf ball when he's trying to hit it far, about 8 degrees roughly. And because of that, he's actually having a lower lofted club than he normally would. And let me kind of break that down for you. So the more you hit up on the golf ball, the easier it is obviously to present more loft. So that being said, at his club head speed, if he had a 10.5 degree driver, let's say, he might actually be presenting close to about 20 degrees aloft when he hits the ball. And that would mean the golf ball would go way too high and probably spin too much, and you wouldn't hit it as far. Hence, that's why you're seeing DeChambeau switching to more so of like a 5 degree driver, I believe he has right now. It might be 3 degrees, somewhere in that range. But that would be why he's actually lofting down to accommodate for that upward angle attack of about 8 degrees. Now, Wolf, on the other hand, I think is in a much more traditional model. I don't know what loft he has, to be honest. Maybe it's 7.5, maybe it's even 9.5. I really don't know. But I definitely know he's not at like a 5 degree or a 3 degree driver like DeChambeau. As well as I can guarantee Wolf is not hitting up on the golf ball about 8 degrees like DeChambeau as well. So that leads me to say, if Wolf got his swing longer, like DeChambeau, and had the same launch dynamics as DeChambeau, does he potentially have maybe the skills or the tools to hit it further than DeChambeau? I almost think that he might. I want to know though, leave your comments down below. What do you guys think? Personally, in my opinion, I actually think Wolf might be able to hit it past DeChambeau if he incorporated kind of some of the stuff we talked about. Now, last point of this video, would Wolf want to do that is a whole nother story, right? Because again, the further you hit it, the more likely you are to hit it offline, right? Because let's say you had a face to path of positive 5 degrees, which would result into a fade. Currently, DeChambeau's positive 5 face to path would go much more further offline than Wolf's face to path that was plus 5 degrees. So again, the further you hit it, the further the golf ball goes, the more time it has to curve, the more the golf ball is going to go offline. So would Wolf want to actually do that? That is the question, right? So I'm going to leave the video off on that. I thought it was pretty interesting. Let me know your comments down below. If Wolf got a longer swing and had better launch dynamics, would he hit it past DeChambeau? Let me know. I think he would. All right, guys, so make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Again, also, if you guys want, and you guys are instructors out there, I want you guys to check out my shadowing program. You guys can actually come and watch my lessons in person or virtually through Zoom, and you guys can actually see how I would teach my clients, how we talk about ball flight laws in a lesson, all that good stuff. So go ahead and check that program out. There'll be a link down below. Everyone else, check out our webinar recordings, check out the website, and I'll see you guys in the next video.